What's happening, everybody? John Hendricks here for Boot Crew Media, coming at you with another episode of The Drive, presented by DraftKings Sportsbook. Well, Sunday's game is gone. The Saints, they shut out the Raiders. Who would have saw this coming? 24-0 in the Superdome. I don't say who would have saw this coming, but you at least expected the Saints to win just because the way they talked in the locker room, rebounding from Alvin Kamara's impassioned speech against the Cardinals following that Thursday night loss. But for them to come out and shut out a Raiders offense that was in the top five in scoring, that's just crazy, right? I mean, Derek Carr was isolated. Devontae Adams, one catch for 3 yards, 5 targets. Josh Jacobs held under 50 rushing yards. I mean, Hunter Renfrow, non-factor in this game. I mean, this was pretty crazy. And it's just a testament of what happens when the Saints team can play complementary football. And we talked about it on our pregame show with me and Chris, with just the fact that, and I said this, they have got to get all three phases playing in sync and together. And again, said this too. It seems like you want that all the time, every game. Just doesn't happen for whatever reason. But look, the offense moved the ball extremely well. They leaned on their two big weapons in Alvin Kamara and Taysom Hill. Andy Dalton didn't turn the ball over, although got lucky on one of them, obviously, but he didn't turn the football over. The penalties were somewhat low. That's all you can ask for is getting the ball in some of your best players' hands. Chris Olave looked outstanding again today, filling in without Michael Thomas, who was on the sideline rooting on his team, so that's a good sign, obviously. But look, flipping the script, the defense pitching a shutout. Man, first time since 2012 in the Superdome. And obviously, remember last year how they were able to do the 9-0 shutout against the Bucks. But this is what you wanted to see. You were a little bit skeptical because Paulson Adebo was dealing with a knee injury, second-year guy, a rookie opposite of him with Alontae Taylor. But man, they held their own and then some. And then getting the turnover early, something that's been missing, is a big deal. But look, you see this as a winning formula that you don't see a lot of the big plays being made. You don't have uncharacteristic missed tackles or anything like that. I mean, this was the type of recipe that you needed just to be able to put together a win. And look, this defense came to play, and the best part about it is their defensive line got things going. Is only unfortunate thing was Marcus Davenport had a sack taken away due to a flag. But look, Peyton Turner getting 2 sacks today. Cam Jordan picked up his first sack against the Raiders. The first time in his career he's had a sack against the Raiders. David Onyemata even got action going too. So you're not getting the sack production from a blitzing defensive back or a linebacker. In this case, the front four is getting home. Pass rush. This is the type of things that you do to be able to win football games. And look, I don't know if this formula is going to sustain itself, or if it's going to replicate itself. More importantly, because they have Baltimore coming to town with a dual threat quarterback in Lamar Jackson. Everybody knows what a gamer he is, and so it's going to be a real big test. But look, getting to 3-5 versus being 2-6 is such a huge difference. You got the trade deadline ahead. Obviously, there's a lot of rumors going around there with Alvin Kamara and all this other stuff. But look, this team very much in the race for the NFC South now, even though Atlanta won and they're sitting on top. Just crazy how things kind of go and progress this year, right? And it's just the NFL. That's just kind of how it works. But look, the Saints are doing a good job of where they need to be and just being able to execute on their game plan, backing up all the talk that they had in the locker room this week, responding to Alvin Kamara's message, and just being able to play their brand of football that we know they're capable of. And obviously the Pels won too, so that was a good Sunday for everybody. But big test on their hands as far as Monday Night Football comes when Baltimore comes to town. And look, it's not just Lamar Jackson. You got a lot of very talented weapons, and their defense is something obviously you want to take a look at. But look, good win. Going to savor it for a little bit because you got a big task on its hands. We're wanting to see this team put together another win, obviously, and be able to build off of that momentum to kind of hit this midseason stride and get back in this division race, which they are very much a part of. As always, DraftKings Sportsbook is our sponsor for today's show. Use the code BOOT, B-O-O-T, and place a $5 bet to win $200 in free bets. Hopefully you put down a same-game parlay on Alvin Kamara's success. He blew up today, 3 touchdowns. Didn't have any coming into this game, but for this season. But, man, what a performance. So, and you talk about that, the Pels, if you're a basketball fan, If you're a NASCAR fan, that's still going on. MLB World Series is going on. Hockey's back. Use the code BOOT, DraftKings Sportsbook. I'm John Hendricks with another episode of The Drive here on Boot Crew Media. Signing off.